label also refers to the devil as Baal-Zebub, which means Lord of the Flies.
This is Hot Fiend by Bezelbong. If you're curious, what's going on, everybody? My name is Tyler, and welcome to the AmpSim motherfucking universe. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I am absolutely fantastic today, and I am well on my way to April 20th glory today. Fantastic. Pedro, how are you? Nice to see you. You know what else is back? The Rumblebee is back. The Rumblebee here needed just a pickup swap. I had a pickup picked out for it, and then I realized it wasn't spaced. It wasn't F-spaced. So I couldn't use it in the B here. And then I got a Bill Lawrence USA L500XL, one of the best pickups ever fucking made for anything, for any genre, like anything clean to extreme distortion. This thing, it's just amazing that it wasn't marketed better. I mean, they kind of ripped it off at Seymour Duncan for the Dimebucker, as close as they could anyways when they did the Dimebucker. But this is the pickup that Dimebag used for a long time. Wow, it's the closest version you're gonna find for not boutique prices, I suppose. Let's see where we're at when we start this off here. Sounds good so far. How about you guys? What are we doing today? Well, if you're not in the know, and if you don't partake, that's fine. No problem. If you're maybe just grab a brew today, grab a glass of wine, no problem. The missus here, she does not ever partake, and she is having herself an edible today, and those are fun too. I'm actually not much of an edible person. Yeah, man, Nam Universal is going to be the bomb. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate you, Pedro. We really appreciate you. You know that. I'm going to go through some of my presets today for my bad. Sorry, for Aurora DSP Rhino. And this is a bit too hot. It's a bit too not. This is a Genty McGent. And it's not my favorite types of tones. I can make a decent, I mean, I don't mind the gent guitar tones, and they just tend to get a little bit heavy on the, I don't know how do you want to call it? A little bit heavy on the mids. Okay. Modern. Let's go to modern thrash rhythm for a moment. And I'm probably going to have to ride this quite high here. Nice. If you're in the chat, by the way, say hi. Say, how are you? I'm hoping you guys are doing really well today. Like I said, I'm having a great day. Tried something new today. I'd like to say what it was, but I actually can't remember. I went to the store and asked the man for something that resembled something that I enjoy, and he's just like, we don't have that, but we got this. And I'm like, okay, let's try that instead. And then so we did it, and it's wonderful. So what are we doing today? Well, we're going to hang out. We're going to do a little bit of high gain. And then at the end, we're going to do, like after the break, we're going to do a little bit of Doom. And it's mostly going to be with Rhino here. It's going to be all with Rhino and other Aurora products. As you guys are well aware, they are sponsoring the entire month. And we've got some stuff to give away. So if you're in the chat, make sure you say hello. And the Bill Lawrence L500XL is a pickup that you can probably get for not a lot of money. It's still not a very expensive pickup for the longest period of time before prices on the entire universe went up. Everything, everywhere. These pickups were available for like $50 US, brand new. And it's not a super popular pickup, and everybody seems to think it's completely relegated to like the dime bag sound, and it's got nothing to do with it whatsoever. Like it's not even like, you guys have to try it. You just have to try this pickup. It really is a very unique and odd duck in the same. It's super versatile. It's just your average rail looking pickup. It's nothing super exciting about the look of it. It's just two rails, and it sounds awesome though. So it's really, and I'm just trying it now in like a lower tuning kind of for the first time, and wow, I'm actually quite impressed. Not a lower tuning. I mean, the other one I have in the other guitar is in it's in C. So. And this is a pretty decent, nice little sound here. I had a kid the other day at there's a kid that in the classroom that I work in, and he is just finding all the new music. He's finding like all the old music rather. He's finding all the old metal, all the old punk rock, because the parents are doing it. They're doing a good job. Good job, parents. Good stuff from those parents. I asked him, I was like, have you heard Pennywise yet? And he's like, yeah, I heard Pennywise. I'm like, really? And this kid's in grade 4. And he says, yeah, I've heard Pennywise. I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, well, what's your favorite song then? And he goes, Fight Till You Die. And I said, what? That's also my favorite Pennywise song. I'm just had this mind-blowing connection moment with the, like a really solid pairing moment with a student where you can just kind of get on their level. It helps them look at you in a different way. It does. It helps the kid. It helps the kids just to be out there. And like I said, I'm out there with the kids about music. But like when it comes to like metal and punk, I had to ask. I went up, like the mom always picks the kid up. I said to the mom, I said, he sends me some really great stuff these days. Is there any way that I could show him some other stuff? I can give him a little list of bands to check out. She's like, absolutely. She's, heck yeah, do that. That's great stuff right there. That's great. Because I remember somebody did that for me. And when I was 11 or 12, well, 11 and then 12, 13, I had a couple of different people coming in and out of my life and kind of give me these different bands to check out. Yeah, this is an RG. It is an RG 350M. An RG 350M. And I got this for, again, this was a song and a dance. This was on Reverb. At one point on Reverb, before Reverb got to be just, it's shitty on there now, guys. When I remember Reverb.com first came around, it was like, oh man, this is so fun. It was just like musicians that owned it, and eventually the platform just became too valuable for these people to own. I think eventually they sold it off. I don't know exactly what happened, but it became really shitty. Where now it's like you sell something on there, and it's like if you want your item to be seen anywhere but a specific search of that item, you're paying fees and the 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 fees. And so now it's like, bah, you know, it is what it is. Kind of sucks. Plus, man, they let very large scale sellers get around a lot of their rules, which is also really shady. Shady business. Anytime you buy anything like a B stock, any B stock or refurbished instrument, factory seconds, anytime that you buy there off of Reverb, make sure they don't use a stock image for that, folks. Or if whatever service it is, any seller and anywhere uses like a stock image of something, just be like, nah, no, I'm not gonna fly here, buddy. Wow, that's aggressive. I'm gonna bring this back a little bit. Yeah, anyways, this is, yeah, you're right, Pedro. This is an RG. This is a very cost-effective guitar. And then essentially this came with a humbucker, single humbucker setup where there was like HSH setup. And there were, it was just like, the standard Ibanez Infinity or INF pickups. I just took those and went, like anybody should do. If you get an RG, an Ibanez RG, and you have the money for even like used pickups, here's what you should do. You should take the Infinity pickups that are from that guitar and take them out, disconnect them, and throw them right in the fucking trash. Don't try to sell them on like some weird, don't try to sell them on eBay. Nobody wants them. They'll sit there forever. No one will ever buy your used Ibanez pickups. Please stop it. Please stop. I used to think people wanted that. Now nobody wants that. Absolutely nobody wanted it. In any event, if you get an RG and you can make a pickup upgrade, you're going to turn that instrument with a really good setup, a really clean setup, and a nice set of strings and a nice set of pickups, or just one nice pickup even, you're going to get an instrument that sounds and plays like a much, much more expensive instrument. Guaranteed. I promise you. It's just the way she goes. That sounds really good already. We're already in the business here. Eddie, I changed the pickup in it actually. Eddie wasn't here when when I explained I had done the swap. Eddie, I put my Bill Lawrence L500 XL in this. Just I wanted to try it because I tried something else. It wasn't F spaced and it just didn't. Well, I wasn't down. So, however, this sounds so good in B. Bill Lawrence USA. I don't buy the wild versions. No, thank you. I've only ever bought the Bill Lawrence USA. I did a lot of research on all of that, and I preferred vastly to go with the Bill Lawrence USA. And I think I'm going to. This is going to sound weird, but you guys know I have my Ibanez Destroyer, and I have a set of pickups in that Destroyer that's just like only good for Doom, and the Destroyer just sits. It only gets used for just Doom, and even then, I'm starting to kind of tire of the output and some other things that I'm dealing with it. So I think I'm going to buy another L500 XL, which is also great for Doom, by the way. I'm going to put one of those in there with, I think I have a DiMarzio PAF kicking around that I'm also going to use for the guitar. So I think that might be a project for maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. I'm going to get into switching some pickups up, I think. Of course, I don't have the new L500 XL just yet, but I do have something that might work in the meantime. I'm just wanting to use that guitar more for other things. And right now it's literally just, it's been fused in just Doom mode for a really long time. And I kind of want to free it from that and use it for just a few different things. It plays really, really nice. And I love the guitar, and those pickups just aren't versatile enough. So I just kind of want to take those out. And they may just go up in another contest or something else that we're doing. Cool. Well, then maybe I will try the wild version. I wasn't sure what was really, there was a lot of shit slinging between the two, and I wasn't like going to get caught in the middle. So I just listened to as many sound samples as I could. I did all the research, and there's a bunch of different, resources that put the Dimebucker up against the wild audio, or not wild audio, but the wild version, and then the Bill Lawrence USA. And actually, between the three of them, in every single one that I checked out, it was the L5. It was the Bill Lawrence USA version that I was like, oh, that sounds the best out of the three. So I just kind of went with it. I had already tried the Dimebucker, and I don't find the Dimebucker to be a versatile pickup at all. And whereas the L500 XL is an extraordinarily versatile pickup. You can use it for vintage, old school fucking like classic rock, dad rock, or you could use it right up to, as you can hear it right now, we're pounding it full of just fucking gain right. Like, there's just so much note articulation. I'm really starting to settle in my ways as like as a guitar player and as like a as a just like as a guitar player, I guess, in general. And my ears are just tired. I'm just tired of trying new pickups. I've actually had 2 companies offer free pickups to try out and review and check out. There's a couple of brands that I really want to try stuff out from, and I still can get artist pricing from EMG and Seymour Duncan and a bunch of other companies. I can kind of do it on that level as well. But in this case, there's a couple of different, I would kind of like to try the Arcane pickups. There's a set that I wouldn't mind trying from them, but at the same time, I think I already have. Why bother going out and trying something when I'm not 100% sure? I'm kind of tired of doing that. So if I have a PAF that I know is going to absolutely crush for Doom and for anything neck oriented in that destroyer, it's going to do the job. I know that factually. There's no doubt in my mind that pickup will do the job in the neck position for just about anything you could ever throw at it in a neck position. The PAF can handle it. So yeah, it's going to go in there. And now this is a pickup that I know can handle anything as well. And I want that guitar to be super versatile. So I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to go get another one of these, or maybe the wild version, and try that out. But I mean, I know for a fact that this version of this pickup sounds really good. I know it's affordable and available. So I might just, because I've got a whole bunch of pickups, Fishman and Seymour and all kinds of stuff that I really need to sell and get rid of. And so that's going to be going up on we're going to do a Reverb store, I think, and just kind of share it with you guys and see who wants some stuff, I guess. What pick do I use? In this case, lately I've been really absolutely back in love with the Fred Kelly 085. I think it's called. And it's a thick boy. It's not like an 085 like millimeter. It's like, it's thick and it's solid. If you notice, I'm trying to bend it and it doesn't bend at all. I cannot for the life of me. You guys, the one thing about me is unless I'm doing chicken picking, and even then it's probably not, unless I'm playing an acoustic guitar, which happens maybe once every 5 years. Grandpa's guitars. Who wants to play these grandpa's guitars? I don't play acoustic ever. That's the only time you'll see me using a flexi pick. Otherwise, everything you see in this box of picks I have here, I keep a lot of stuff in here because I like having different picks on hand. Because let's be honest, sometimes when you use the same pick too much, you get too reliant on it and to where you can't use anything else. And I have a story about that anybody who's been watching my streams in the past has heard before, but I suppose I can tell it at some point. Again, I use pretty much everything in here is very, very, very stiff. And my other favorite picks are from V-Pick. This is the Johnny Highland signature. And I also like to use the Andy James pick as well. That's a nice pick. And I still keep some Jazz 3s around and some other types of some stuff around. And I don't know, it's just for kicking around. I really like a larger pick nowadays, as my hands can no longer really consider it. Consider installing one wild audio in a beefier guitar. I'm better in Les Pauls. They sound good in Les Pauls. Okay. Well, it's going to be going into, a fairly beefy guitar. To be honest with you, my Ibanez Destroyer weighs about, I think it weighs like 12 pounds or something something like that. And it's really, really heavy. So yeah, maybe that'll work. Anyways, we're just chilling out today on April 20th. And if you're enjoying your day, I hope you are. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. I'm having a great time so far today. This is probably going to be a bit of I'm really not sure how long this stream's going to be. It's probably going to be fairly lengthy. The first half's going to be high gain goodness with Rhino here. And then on the back half, we are going to be chilling with a little bit with Rhino, a little bit with the chainsaw distortion, and just going over some nice doomy tones. Also with a Bill Lawrence L500XL in an Iceman. You're right, they do sound better in beefier guitars though, but this is by all means not an extraordinarily beefy guitar, and it sounds great in this guitar. Yeah, I've seen that advertised a lot. The thing is, I think all picks are also, Caleb, you know what? Being that you're a disc golfer as well, you can appreciate this. I think picks are kind of like disc golf molds. You're going to find a lot of molds that do the same, that fly the same, and have similar flight numbers in disc golf. But it's all going to come down to which one of the, say, the 10 discs that you can find from various manufacturers, which one of those discs fits the best in your hand, which one feels the best when you grab onto it. And that's the thing with picks as well. You're going to find picks are all can only be a certain amount of thicknesses, right? So you're going to find a lot of picks out there that are the same thickness, same flex. But I think it comes down to what feels good in your hand. And for me, it's also about grip. I need something with good grip because I don't have, like I said, guys, when you start to get a little bit older and you've been playing guitar long enough, you'll start to feel that those arthritis demons start to find their way into your hands, and you'll notice that you can't grip things the way you used to. That actually happened to me in my mid 30s. I started noticing stuff like that, so I started switching to thicker picks. Anyhow, today we're here, April 20th. She's playing some Cyberpunk in the background, just chilling with Brimir, actually just chilling out here. I'm wearing a sporty new shirt that the Mrs. purchased for me. This is a nice Archspire shirt. I'm rather enjoying the brand new shirtness of it. You know, when you wear a brand new shirt, it's got that feel and that smell. It's better with hoodies though. When a hoodie's brand new, you guys know that feeling that when a hooded sweatshirt is brand new, you put it on for the first time and you're like, why can't it feel like this forever? You know? Remember that recording? I remember the first time I heard Zakk Wylde play Crazy Train live, and it was all, it was all, and you're like, I don't know about this guy. I think someone's gonna get him. He stuck around though. Let's be honest, if you grew up, I think we all remember as metalheads the first time we heard Crazy Train, and that is a song, that riff though, man. Man, not only the riff, but the solo and everything about that song just absolutely still rips. The only thing that sucks on the original version of that is the disco beat, where he's all, hey, using the disco beat. It's way better when you get on stage and like you get the big arena rock sounds and they're just straight up it's smashing the shit out of a crash or something in that part. Yeah, I remember it wasn't the song that made me want to pick up a guitar, but it was one of them. I remember hearing it, and it was the song, however, that made me want to be in a band. I'll explain. So my friend and I, Corey, my childhood best friend, we started playing instruments together. He started playing bass. I started playing guitar. And he got offered a job to be in a band, a local band, like playing some metal covers with some older guys he was in grade 9 and they were in grade 11. And we had just got to high school. And he got offered to be in the band, and I was so pissed. I was so pissed, but like happy for him at the same time. I was like, that's fucking great. You know, like he's in a band, but I'm not. Fantastic. I would actually later on be in the same band, but that's beside the point. The point is, one of the first songs, like they had been rehearsing, and he invited me down, and I wasn't even really sure, like what I was worried about being in a band. You know, it seemed like a lot of pressure at the time, in grade 9. And I had done like this thing at grade 8 on this talent show where I played guitar on stage, and I was interested in playing on stage. But anyways, I'm watching, and it was Crazy Train was the first song they played. And it was, I remember, I remember the exact moment that made me want to be in a band. It was like the part where in the guitar solo, the background, like the bass is going. And the guitar's all, you know, kind of going up top. And that was the part where it all clicked in. I was like, this is what I need to do. I'm watching these guys play along together and doing the thing. And I'm like, oh, this is what I need to do immediately. So I immediately, the very next day went out and started trying to find people to start my own band. And we did. It wasn't too hard to find. It never is. It really is not too hard to find individuals to play in a band with you if you're in high school. It really isn't. It's not difficult at all to get people to play in a band with. If you sometimes you might have to make some concessions, though. You might have to make some concessions. You might have to play genres you don't necessarily want to play. For me, it was punk rock. At first, I wasn't sure how I felt about punk rock. Grew up only on metal, and then I figured out. I heard the right punk rock. I heard Pennywise. I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of metal. And then the rest is history. But at the time, like that's what I had to do because there were no metal bands. I needed to play in punk rock bands, and that's what had to be done. But it's never hard to be in a band. If you're out there and you're watching this and you're not sure if you should be in a band, I know people that didn't join their first band until they were in their 30s or even 40s. So if you're out there and you're watching this right now and you're maybe you learned how to play guitar during COVID, and you're now just like, oh fuck, I really want to play in a band. I have no idea how to get started. You know what? It's not that hard. And there are a lot of like resources out there to help you find people and in your local community. And a good start is just to start showing up to local shows, meet people, find like-minded individuals. It's easier than you think. Especially if you're driven and you have gear and you have a vehicle to move said gear. Man, you're going to be popular. And if you show up to jam space, here, I'm going to give you a bunch of free tips. Show up to practice on early. Show up to, wow, how weird is it that we were just talking about Ozzy and then an Ozzy cover comes on out of a massive list right after. Neat. Okay, so here, show up to band practice early. Rehearse your band songs at home a lot. Like a lot. Never stop playing them for the first while. Especially if you join a band that's already got songs, learn those as fast as you can. Watch movies at home and never leave the instrument down, just except for to eat. Eat the food and then go right back to playing those songs so that the next time you show up at band practice with these people, you have those songs fucking nailed and it'll just feel right to them. That's what they're looking for. I can tell you, if you're joining a band that's already established or people that have already been creating without you, what they want is you to learn the stuff that they've already written as fast as humanly possible. Don't try to add anything right away. Okay, that'll come in time. But for now, just learn what they showed you and then then do your thing later. That's a good start. Okay, show up early. Have a vehicle. Don't ask for rides. If you don't have a vehicle and at first you join this band, don't ask them for rides anywhere. Don't ask them for anything unless they offer it to you. Just take the bus, take an Uber, walk, take a bike, take a fucking hoverboard. I don't care. Just don't ask them for a ride. Don't look like you need them at all. Make it look like they need you. Okay, and if you're starting something with a bunch of brand new people, that's a lot less pressure. Okay, you're going to be creating with people right off the start. My strong advice there is don't start writing songs right away. Instead, each pick a handful of covers, maybe 3 apiece. Learn them all together, just for fun and to get a good feel, get a good chemistry going. And then it's all going to be different stuff probably too, right? So you're all going to start, that's going to where your whole vibe is going to start to, you know, kind of come together, your whole chemistry. You're going to figure out right there. And then by playing those covers, even just those covers together, is this going to work with these individuals? And if it's not, which one of these individuals is not working out? It's going to be very clear which one is, because when you learn covers, guys, it's a really good thing, because sometimes you'll see people that they'll learn everything perfectly. Some people will only learn their songs perfectly and then mail in the rest, etc., etc. It's a great way to see who's on board right away. There's some good tips, just a few. All right. Sorry, I'm not trying to get dad on you guys. I just like to be as helpful as I can, as I am full of absolutely useless knowledge for most. All right, 70s rock lead. No, I'm not feeling it. 70s rock lead's not gonna work for me. But there are some Doom presets here as well, and we're gonna show you guys those later. This is not really a Doom, what I would call a Doom instrument, but we're gonna have some fun second half there, guys. I can promise you that. How rad is this? Power Wolf's cover of Bark at the Moon. I've always loved the solo in this song. This part, it's not even hard. If you're curious about this last part, it's not that hard. If I can play it, I used to be able to play this part perfectly, and I've never been a gifted lead player that gifted in my lifetime. So if I could at any point play a lead, you can too. I can guarantee you that. All right, cool. Let's keep going. We're just hanging out with Aurora DSP's fantastic Rhino today. And this is not one of those ones you're like, oh, he's just pushing this stuff because they're giving him free stuff to give away. This guy sucks. No, that's not what's happening. That's not how we roll here at all. Actually, what's happening here is we're just kind of showcasing some of the best in Aurora DSP, and it's all good. There's nothing bad at all from Aurora DSP. So today is more going to be about showing you guys like the extreme versatility of Rhino, even though it seems like it's like a heavy metal spaceship from a distance. There's a skull in there. There's also there's all these different components. What do I do? What are these arrows? It looks weird. Well, just click the arrows and well, hang on. Let's go to old school death metal. This is old school death metal. I mean, on the guitar that I made the preset with, it was anyways, at least. No, we don't need that. I don't know what's happening there. No, let's not go there. Hang on. Let's keep going. Much better. Old school death metal. Okay, so let's do this. And we go inside here. All you need to do is click the arrow. It opens it up. And then you have access. See, basically all these little dots, these represent the different amps inside Rhino. Okay, it goes from very clean to very angry fairly quickly. And each one of the amps has an extra kind of feature. In this case, there's headroom. We're going to hit headroom. And it's going to give us, some more balls. Oh man, there's so many more rules of thumb. Change your strings often. The people in your band will notice. Then they will notice things like your strings getting old, but yet you always seem to have money for weed and beer. I'm telling you right now, people in your band do not appreciate going out and buying brand new strings for themselves to sound good, just for the fucking bass player to have the same bass strings for the same same year span, by the end of which, it sounds like thunk, 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 and thunk, and a thunk, 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 and a thunk. Look, check out my resonance, thunk. But that's all of it. Like, they're gonna notice things like that. Oh, wow, he bought the new fucking Call of Duty, but he can't buy a new fucking set of strings. And that is where the resentment begins. And don't get resentment going early on in the game. These are fun things to discuss, though, because I can guarantee you that I have personally pissed off plenty of people in my band with all kinds of stupid shit. Like, when you're just learning the ropes, especially when you're just you're younger, things can get weird. Things can get weird. And like I said, this is the reason that when you get together with a new bunch of individuals, even when someone brand new joins your band, ask them, hey man, what are some covers that you like? Can we learn a couple? I mean, and it's always takes them a little bit like, what? Yeah. And I've always said that to people in bands. Like, what do you mean? What are a couple covers that like you really like that you think maybe we could like pull off? And let's learn them, or even just one. And then that gets them comfortable right away too. Very comfortable right away with like what you're doing, because you just learned a song, and helps that person kind of fall in with a song they know really well, as opposed to being like every song one after another being like shit, 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 fuck, 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 don't make a mistake. But you know what? Also make sure, ask them for a recording straight off the bat. Even if it's a recording done on a cell phone, record the first jam as well, by the way. I don't care if it's a full thing done on a cell phone, but as long as you have something to practice with, something that has like, where you guarantee the arrangements. Okay, because that's the biggest part, is like learning how many bars are here. Like, shit, I can't remember that from the last jam. I know the riffs, but I can't remember. Is it 8 bars? Is it 6? Is the solo a 16 or is it? Well, you'll know, and you'll nail it too. And that's the fun thing about it. Like, rehearse, especially if you're trying to impress and really fall in with a group of musicians that you really want to be, kind of jamming with. Rehearse. And you might be like thinking, okay, well, why am I taking advice from this fucking dude using plugins in his house? Well, I mean, all I can do is tell you guys where I've gone wrong. That's all I can do. Communication is also key. Don't be afraid to communicate with the guys or gals or people in general in your band. Make sure they know where you're at. If you miss a band practice, don't give them a load of shit. Just be like, tell them straight up, I've got a fucking horrible headache, but I'm going to practice the songs at home tonight. Or, if you just don't feel like being there, well, you got to ask yourself, are you in the right band? Maybe you're not. This is a conversation we've all had, maybe once or twice. If you're not interested, if you're not salivating to go to that next band practice and rehearsal, that might not be the right band for you. Or in the case of a band member that and myself, we sometimes run into a little bit of mental health, depression. We run into work schedules that just don't allow for any movement, and that's okay. But be honest, be straight up. My work schedule is fucking destroying my world. And I have literally 2 hours of spare time tonight, and I need to use it to do my fucking taxes. And I'm sorry, but I can't come to. It's killing me not to be there, but I can't come. Be straight up. People appreciate that. Don't make excuses either. Yeah. Anyhow, what are we doing tonight? We're hanging out. This is the April 20th version of High Gain Haven and the Doom Tomb, and it's gonna be fun. We're making a roast. We're making a roast in the background. He's got a foot warming cat. Brimir is like back in full strength. It's been great. It's been great. I picked myself up a live rosin. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting evening. We're excited to be here. I hope you guys are as well. It's not just for the youth though, Pedro. It's for anybody that's like I said, anybody that's, even if I know experienced musicians that have been playing guitar for 20 years that did not even bother trying to get involved in a band because, for the one fella I knew, and he was too shy and too nervous in high school. He started playing guitar then. He went to university and was just too fucking busy throughout all of school to do much of anything. He could not, again, like it's a lot of things, a lot of obstacles to ever overcome. Then after that, he entered the work field, could not find the time to kind of do it. And then he was in his like mid to late 30s, and finally, ended up falling in with some guys from work and ended up forming a kind of a cool little like jazz thing. Terrific. You know what I mean? And he never got the opportunity, but eventually, if you're a musician that wants to be in a band, at some point in your life, that opportunity is going to find you. It's going to find you 100%. I guarantee you. If you want it, the opportunity will find you. If you're looking for it, or if you're going out to find it, it's going to find you. Celebration time for you. Well, you want to be honest, almost all metal genres can be traced back to surf music as well. If you think about it, if you think real hard, and I've seen like a couple different things that, of course, they compare in Metal Headbanger's Journey, 100%. They compare it in a few other documentaries as well, how they really break it down, how surf music really did inspire heavy metal. Almost every different way, surf music, it was like the first heavy metal. And, it was low tuned, it was a bit faster, there was trem picking, there was minor chords, there was, they needed to make louder, bigger, thicker, bigger gear to make it really, really rock. And they started using bass in a way, electric bass in a way that hadn't been really done in a lot of different ways before. So like, man, there's a lot of really cool shit in surf music. 2-year wedding anniversary, Caleb. Bravo, sir, bravo. That's great. That's absolutely cool, man. Your anniversary is on April 20th. You guys got married on April 20th. I'm gonna guess it. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that was not a mistake. That you guys, that was guaranteed not a mistake. That you guys got married on that day, or did it just work out that way, or was that like a planned thing? Where's Bo? I see Bo. Bo. Congrats, Bo. Wait, where's Bo? Did I miss something? No. I think maybe Pedro misspoke, because I don't see Bo. Yeah, I think that Black Sabbath definitely started Doom. That's obviously there's no disputing that whatsoever, that came from them. And bands like Blue Cheer, let's be honest, Blue Cheer could have had something to do with it as well. It's strange though, some folks have actually made this is going to be some may disagree with me, but there's some folks that I was having a conversation with a few different people that made a good case for Ry Cooder. If you've never heard of Ry Cooder, Rycooder, Ry Cooder, he's done tons and tons of movie scores, and a lot of people suggest that his movie scores also influence some type influence the Doom community in some way, whether they realized it or not. I think that's pretty cool. That's a really interesting kind of thing. So, in any event, we're going through Aurora DSP Rhino here, and as I've mentioned in the past, we have Scream, Brute, Fuzz, and Push. Push, simple compressor, one fucking knob. Gotta love them one knobs. Then you got the Fuzz here, which simply has a gain and a bright. If you'd like to engage it, adds a little bit more cut, kind of adds like a treble booster. You've got the Brute, which is the unified preamp, which you can get for free. As I mentioned, you guys can check out my chain here and go and look at this. This is free. You guys can go get this right now. And this is obviously modeled from the famous TC Electronics unit. And you guys can go get that, once again, 100% free, or you can use it right inside Rhino right here with the Brute switch. That's the Brute. And then I've got your average ass screamer here kind of doing its screamery type things, which is all good. And then I believe the blue amp, I was waiting for a response on this, but I don't think I'm going to get that. That's okay. I believe the blue amp is the Purple Nightmare. I do, if I'm not mistaken. I know I'm playing it wrong. The strumming in that song is bananas, so I play it the aborted way. Don't worry about it, Pedro. It's okay, because Bo has the green circle as well. It's a very easy mistake to make. Don't stress that too much. I hope you guys are doing great, by the way. It is such a fantastic day today. We've got snacks. So much. We've got so many snacks today. I'm so excited about the snacks. I'm excited about just hanging out with you guys for the second half. I'm super excited about hanging out with this one over here for the evening. I'm not sure what we're doing. We're gonna do something though. What's that? She says she's playing Cyberpunk all night. She doesn't know that's not happening. I admit it though, if you guys are out there and you've played Cyberpunk, you guys know we talk about games here from time to time. And if you guys have played it, plus the DLC, the expansion, do weigh in, because man, gosh, is that ever a great fucking game. Holy. I'd be hard pressed to find too many better games off the top of my head. All right. I can't say the name of this song, but you guys know what this is a cover, and you know what the song is. And if you don't, you guys think, man, he's either talking or tuning or both. He's never actually playing the guitar. Well, you know what? Just think of me like Tim Armstrong from Rancid then. At this point, the guitar is just a fucking prop. It's just a prop at this point. I'm going to turn that down just a tiny bit as I'm kind of trying to talk over it. Yeah, a little bit of Abbott. Man, is the L500XL ever proving it can do low tunings? Man, this pickup is just so good. And like I said, I do believe I'm just going to go the cost-effective route. I'm not going to fuck around. I'm going to go with two pickups I know are going to work. I'm going to get another one of these via some means, find the cheapest one I can find via, be it used or new, whatever. And then I'm going to go and grab, I have a PAF around here somewhere. It's like it's vintage. It's like an older one as well. It needs some work. It needs a little bit of a, the poles need to be a little bit of rust on it. I'm just sitting around, I think. In any event, both black, and they're both going to sit really nicely in that. So I think that's going to be a tonight or a tomorrow project. So I hope I can jump in on a stream with you guys. Tomorrow we're going to be chatting with, I believe we're going to be finally chatting with Lucas, if we can nail him down to talk about the Cerberus. Keep that pickup. Yeah, this pickup sounds, again, eventually you do so many swaps in guitar, and this guitar has had a billion different pickups at this point. And the original plan, I ordered a yellow, and typically DiMarzio yellow and Ibanez yellow are kind of meant to match up nicely, and they did not. So I ended up with a yellow pickup that didn't match the guitar, and I was just, it broke my heart a little bit. And then ever since then, it's been one in and one out and one in and one out and one in and one out. And then eventually I finally got the idea, let's just try this out. It sounds great. I'm fucking leaving it. It's staying. It sounds great though. All the rakes even sound good. Fuck, how are you guys doing today? Jesus, this has been a lot of fun. I'm in a great fucking mood. Gosh. I don't have enough of the cokes. So in the second half, I'm going to come back with my Iceman. We're going to go over some fuzzy type tones. You're right, it does sound heavy as absolute shit. I am noticing that I'm having to tinker with the height a little bit though. That's a little bit better. They make the height pretty easy on the L500XL as well. It's two nickels. Two nickels. You have to hold down the string on the highest fret, and then he says put two nickels on top of each other, on top of the rails, and then basically make it just barely touch the string. And then on the treble side, you use one nickel and you use it and you do it until it touches the bass side. So, or sorry, you touch it until it touches the string, rather. I think I had it. I fucked it up. Yep, I did. I fucked it up and I brought it back. Sounds great now. I still can't get those low harmonics though. Can't get them. I just can't get them all the time. Once in a while, you'll see me nail one and you'll see my face like, oh, happy day, I got one. 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20, maybe. But when it comes to rakes though, I got those down. We're good. Not bad, not bad. We can get it once in a while. Oh. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? So how do you guys feel out there? Have you guys tried? Who has and has not tried Serbies yet? Did you guys pick it up? Did you not pick it up? Did you check it out? Did you check out the trial? What is the story on that? I need to know. Don't drop that big ass roast. Yeah, it sounds great. And this plugin sounds great. Gosh, it sounds good. I am curious though. I want to know who has and has not tried this Serbies yet. It's pretty damn good. No comment. Yes, I forgot. You have not been able to get it to work. Well, I did send that in, but we are going to make sure that gets dealt with tomorrow, sir. Because we're going to have Lucas in here at some point, and yeah, that's the best I can tell you. We are at the mercy of the developers. I also believe in my heart that there is a part, at least a part of the West Hoke, the Jupiter rail design. I kind of want to believe that there's probably at least some sort of like resemblance to the L500XL, like that's at least probably put. I'm going to assume that has to be part of his inspiration, his motivation, dedication to that project. Who knows? We know that Wes is a huge Dime fan. We know that he likes the Dime Bucker. We know he likes the L500XL. Who knows? It could be a thing. Could be a thing. Man. All right. If you guys have any requests, I'm down with as far as plugins from Aurora DSP go today. As we are going to be checking this out. I'm also going to be using in the second half, going to be checking this out, some of the Doom and some of the we'll call it non-direct modern metal. We'll call it non-modern metal applications of this plugin. I brought it back too much. There it is. Oh, that's just filthy, 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 filthy dirty. You know what, though? Guess who did win something, though? Caleb, you tonight, sir, you are winning Serbies. You're going to win a license for Serbies. If you have not already purchased the plugin, you're going to win that. Happy anniversary to you and your missus. And you're going to win that plugin. I'm going to send you almost immediately. I'm going to send you over the license that I have already waiting for me in my email, as we kind of got that dealt with ahead of time. And you are going to win that, my friend. I'm very excited. And in the second half, who knows? Maybe we'll give away a chainsaw distortion as well. Why not? Why fucking not? We'll see. We'll see what happens in the second half. We're going to get to that shortly. I'm just going to keep kind of giving her here. I'm not quite done, so we're not going to quite get to the second half just yet. I'm really digging on this preset, and since these presets really didn't make their way in there, I think we're gonna put them all together in like in a folder and make them available for you guys, because we have presets for almost every Aurora DSP plugin, and we'd love to be able to send them over to you guys. Fuck yeah, indeed, buddy. And it's still insane to think that somebody is going to win the everything bundle. Everything bundle. Very exciting. I mean, that's awesome. I've never won anything like that. I've never won like an everything bundle. Although it was pretty cool the very first time a developer gave me like a key, what we call here a key to the city. And some developers will give you products like one by one as they come out, or if you request things, they'll give you some, occasionally give you the odd old thing. If you can make a case for wanting to promote it and do some content for it, oftentimes you can get like older stuff as well. It's kind of cool. However, I remember the first time a developer gave me like the key to the city, in the case that like basically I got everything, and I was just like, oh God. Just like the second I figured out that it was real and I could log in and everything was there. It was the basically when I got on the Brainworks Plugin Alliance beta team. That's what they do for their beta team there. It was really tough to get on the beta team there, but when I eventually got on there, man, it was awesome. And they give you the keys and they go, here you go. And you have everything, all of it. And you just kind of oh God. It is a real trip. Super huge trip. So getting to win that from Aurora DSP, the everything bundle, not to say that Aurora has as much as Plugin Alliance, that's not exactly what I'm saying, but they have a lot of stuff as I'm figuring out. I can remember when it was just Mammoth. That's all they had. Yeah, it really does. It fucking does. And especially because it's just a blend of 4 IRs. That's it. You just take this little guy here and you just give him a little tickle. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. That's all you got to do. And that's all that they give you. Oh, that's out of tune. Joe! Fuck yeah, guys. It is a nice surprise, but I think it gets tucked in. It gets tucked under the radar a lot because it doesn't have like the amp where you can be like, I feel like I'm using the real thing. Woo, woo. Like, okay, that's cool that when we can have that, but just because it doesn't mean it can make it less awesome. This is an all-in-one fucking deal here. You get everything. You get an EQ. You've got all kinds of shit inside here that you can use to make it sound awesome in every area. Like you can open all of these areas and completely customize all the different effects and everything you're doing with them. And I'm telling you guys, if you purchase Rhino, wait for it. They have sales all the time. Wait for it to go on sale, smash it, and then you won't, trust me, you're not gonna, trust me, you won't regret it. Oh, that sounds great. I'm going to leave it right there. That's what we're going to do. It does. It has a cool UI, but the thing is, I almost think that they would sell a lot more of this plugin if they were to give it, say, make it look traditional, and then also, and also give it like an amp look as well. Like make all the amps, give all the amps like an amp look, give all the pedals a pedal look, and do what you call a suite view and like, you know, spaceship view, whatever you want to call it. I dig it just like this, but some folks like that analog gear look, and I think that they could probably do that. I don't know how much it would really cost. I'm not sure how much it would cost the developer as far as like graphics charges and whatnot would go. Graphics fees from their graphics fella, and I happen to know their graphics fella, and he is very, very good at what he does. So I'm just curious if maybe that would I mean, worst that can happen is I can suggest it and see what happens. Maybe someday it'll get you know, a true suite view, analog or suite, whatever, however you want to call it. I think it maybe that's worth suggesting. I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments while I'm gone. Do you guys think that Aurora DSP Rhino would sell better if, I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't sell now. I want to make that very clear. I'm not saying, oh, man, they're just sitting on this thing. It's never been used by nobody. It's not like that at all. Like, this thing is a very popular plugin. However, that being said, do you think that it would sell more if they were to add a secondary view where you hit it and it opens up, essentially gives you the analog look of all these different components, the amps, etc. Obviously, some things are going to be condensed, some things are going to be turned into pedals, some things are going to be whatever, right? So I'm wondering, what do you guys think? Do you think that would work? Do you think that would sell even more? I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. You're right, it does, but Pedro, you have to remember now, the stuff they're doing now also involves the analog look. I'm just wondering if maybe there was a little bit of the old and a little bit of the something new in the same, under the same hood. What do you guys think? I agree with Pedro. I think it's fine as it is, and it gives them their own identity. And when this came out, people definitely looked at it like, what's going on here? What the fuck? Why is, you know, somebody once said to me, like, why is the EQ part the biggest part? Like, why is that the biggest part? Why can't that be the amp? And why can't this or that? And hey, that's what I'm saying. Would it be worth it for Aurora DSP to look at, an analog looking view where you have like the amps with the graphics and the pedals that look like pedals and everything else? What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. I will be back in about 3 minutes. And we will get the Doom Tomb started. I will get rid of the Rumblebee here. Going to grab the Iceman, and I will be back 3 minutes. Then we're going to go over some of the fuzzier properties, and you guys are going to actually probably going to kind of flip out that this thing can go from. And can we admit that these are some fantastic tones for modern metal and all types of metal? Yes, I can definitely. I'm not sure if you guys agree, but these, to me, and judging by some of the comments and that I've seen so far, you guys agree that this thing is pretty savage for modern metal applications and purposes. This thing really does absolutely kind of crush and decimate its way to glory. However, what else can it do? Can it do anything else? Let's find out on the second half here. I will be back. Give me 3 minutes. And as mentioned, this is the April 20th special. So guys, during the break, feel free to partake. And I will see you guys in a few. Oh! This is a great song if you've never heard Squash That Fly by Fu Manchu. If you've never listened to Fu Manchu while driving a vehicle, preferably a van, but if you don't have to, can't, and whatever it will do. Honestly, check this out. So now it's time to squash that fly. Indeed, it is time to squash that fly in them, and it's also time to go to the sausage factory and start making some sausagey things here. We're gonna do that with some of the presets I've got kind of funked up here. We're gonna go start with fuzzy rock rhythm and see where we get to and see what happens. And I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are too. Not too bad. Nice, actually, real nice. All right, let's get this turned down a little bit more. It sounds good. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy it so far. Let's see what we got. Not bad, eh, guys? Doesn't sound too fucking shabby over here. And this is the Bill Lawrence L500XL, sorry, Bill Lawrence USA L500XL pickup along with a Gibson Classic 57. Now, I haven't quite really ever gotten the 57 to sound exactly the way I would like it to. It needs a lot of stank to be smashed in there, so let's hang on. Not bad, not bad, not bad. How is it going, Andy Murph? You showed up. How does he do that? How does he show up exactly at the right time for Doom? He literally showed up at the exact moment we were switching to Doom, and we're even after the fact. Let's check out some sludge Doom rhythm. And gonna tune. Let's get a tune. Tune. Decapitated, one of my favorite bands ever to walk the fucking earth. So this is all inside Aurora DSP fucking Rhino. What? How is it that you can go from modern metal to just straight up sleaze, filth, grungy, sludgy goodness? Oh my god, I love it. I was gonna smoke some of the live rosin before I came on, and then the missus here is just like, I mean, I don't know if that's a good idea. And I'm like, you're probably right. It's probably a bad idea. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's it right there. That is exactly it. Yep. That's it. So that's Sludge Doom 2, Sludge Doom Rhythm 1. How about that? That's pretty fucking beefy if you ask me. I'm gonna try something, guys. Just bear with me here. Yeah, it sounds better that way. I was trying a different height for this. It is not really where I park my car. That's better, actually. I'm gonna back it off here as well. Yeah, hell yeah. This thing can really rip, guys. Really, really rip. Fucking sausage. Doesn't matter where you fucking listen to this guitar tone, it's gonna sound like a sausage. And you can imagine what the wave looks like as well. And you got it. A sausage. Big old sausagey wave is exactly what we're trying to make today here on the Doom Tomb. Not full 2-hour Doom Tomb, a little bit of high gain haven, a little bit of Doom Tomb. Because let's be honest, on April 20th, it's not just about the stoner rock and the, you know, that in the Black Sabbath and stuff like that. It's about, there's some metal in there too. Let's be honest, there are a lot of bands that partake, right? Let's listen to some Cannabis Corpse, shall we? Yeah, here we go. Oh, Cannabis Corpse. Here we are. Okay, let's listen to some Cannabis Corpse. Does anybody recommend? Does anybody listen to them that often? Me, I'll be honest with you. I do follow them, and I just be honest with you. I don't listen to them as much as I. Be honest, I mean sparingly. Let's go with Tube of the Resonated. Tomb of the Mutilated. Let's do that. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's do this album. The 420th Crusade. Here we go. Fantastico. This is choice. The album is Choice Nugs. Does that mean this is a best of, a hits of, best of hits of, greatest of? Something of that, maybe? Doom Sausage. Let's do it. That is so beefy. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Man, these guys are just superb musicians, by the way. Like, Cannabis Corpse might have started as a bit kind of like a way to parody at least some of the song titles and album titles and stuff, and like weed references, and it's funny. But eventually, this band just got better and better and better and better, and their and their musicianship is just legit. It's superb, superb musicianship. And this is a sludge doom rhythm preset that I made for Rhino. I'm gonna have to send these all to Daniel again, I think. Let's go to let's see what we got here. There's a few different things that I made for here that it's gonna sound good. Before we switch over to the hold on, guys. Fuzz Fat Rock rhythm. Thought I made something else for this. Where is it? I specifically thought that I made Stoner Rock presets. Oh, Gate's gonna get that. I guess not. I guess I didn't make it for this one. Either way, you guys heard the two Doom the Sludge Doom rhythm. One is probably my favorite, I would say. Very, very strong preset. And we're going to get rid of Rhino. Thanks so much to Rhino for absolutely slaying it in this one. We are going to get rid of Rhino. See you later, Rhino. Oops. Bye-bye. And we're going to engage the Laboga Chainsaw Distortion. And for now, we're going to use the impulse response that's on board. And then we're going to switch eventually to something of our own, if that's okay with you guys. Now, this is again from Aurora DSP, and we have a license for this one available as well. We'll see. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens. Oh, that's a bit loud. Sorry, I just blew somebody's speakers out at some point there. Yeah, pretty tough as well. So this thing can be used to make some pretty rad noises, pretty rad sounds. You get a blend of the two different cabs, or sorry, I'm assuming it's just two different files here, and they sound like this. So, I mean, riding somewhere in the middle is actually pretty smart on this one, since one is obviously giving me a little bit more low end and one's giving me a little bit more bite. I am gonna just kind of use this to help me customize my tone on this fine day. I wanted something a little bit, yeah, okay, a little bit more low end, beefy. Bright switch is already on. Everything looks good. Let's try that a little higher. Nice. Really nice. It's getting real doomy in here real fast. Yeah, it sure is. And that was the whole idea of the Doom 2. One, if you're not familiar, by the way, if you're lurking on or just chilling and hanging out and you're just whatever, if you're not familiar, we do a show here, a feature. We'll call it not a show. We have a feature here called the Doom Tomb that is kind of, it just exists to promote the relationship that could exist between Doom and plugins for Doom, even for the most pure of analog, vehement analog, supporters. It's funny. It's just funny because it's not about analog versus digital anymore. It's 2024. Things have come a long way since, since 2001. We've come a long way since back then when, when modelers kind of first began. Obviously they began prior to that, but you guys know what I'm saying. It's not like that anymore. Things are so convenient now and so compact that even the most loyal analog supporter and someone who just does not believe in using digital gear, it can still benefit them as far as their creativity. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't give a shit whether it's analog, digital. I don't care if it's made of rocks. It doesn't matter. If it benefits my creativity, then I'm all in. You know what I mean? I want something that's going to benefit my creativity. And for even people that are, in Doom bands, they're writing albums, whatever. Pardon me. Ooh, I just need some water. I don't know where. Anyways, if you're out there in a Doom band and you're creating all the time, then you can use that kind of pardon me. You can use that option to have where you're like, okay, I can't fire up my wall of Doom tonight. I can't fire up my whole rig. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up, say, even just the L12X from Audiority here, free amp sim, 100% free. You can just fire that up. Thank you. Appreciate it. You can fire up the absolute free amp sim and you can run pretty much your entire pedal board right into your interface and have that pedal board interact with the L12X like it would a normal amp. You can do that and record all your stuff and get all your ideas down without anybody knowing that you're even doing anything except for playing an electric guitar, what seems to be unplugged if you're using headphones. No one will hear anything that you're doing. You're not going to wake anybody up. You're not going to bother anybody. And let's be honest, these days, I mean, most of us probably live in situations where neighbors are a factor. You know what I mean? And you can't just fire up a giant wall of cabinets. Can't always be at the jam space. We're not always living at the jam space. So yes, the Doom, this is kind of what we do here. I'm not preaching. It seems like I'm preaching and that's fine. But what I'm preaching is that I'm not preaching digital over analog. I'm preaching that they all have room and they all have room in our lives. So we're going to continue on. And this is an affordable plugin. Not sure the price of this off the top of my head. What's going on, Bo? How are you, buddy? Yeah, it's loud and aggressive and angry. We're going to turn off the bright. Even if you don't want to fire up your entire pedal board, you could very easily, grab something like this right here. This is the Aurora DSP Laboga Chainsaw Distortion. And you guys can get this and just have this be your, your only Doom-ish plugin for when you want to record those ideas and send them to even someone you're collaborating with at a distance. Maybe you're in a situation where you just don't have much of a workspace and you just all you have at home is like a laptop. That's fine too. Just use the laptop. You can get a little tiny interface, like just to plug the 1/4 inch into, and then you're done. That's it. Fire this up, fire up Reaper for free for now, at least while you're testing it, and you're done. Another idea would be, say you're recording something for a drummer to learn. You could easily record it with your click track built right in. You can build your click track right in for the drummer to play along too, so that they can learn the song without, without listening, having to listen for the, the specific changes in a fuzz tone. Build in at least a quiet click tone, and then give them two versions, one with a click, one without. So while they're learning, this is so many different reasons why even the most loyal Doom musician can use a little creative rig, a small creative digital rig. And some of them, I've often heard them, the defense be like, well, I've got a 2 notes load box. Is that your defense? Your defense is that you're not using amp sims because you're now using an impulse response. That's okay. I mean, I guess if you're going that way with it, but I mean, my response to that is always, well, if you've gone as far to replace your cabinet and mic with a load box and an IR, then explain to me why you're not willing to go that extra little punch, a little extra mile, and just use a digital amp as well. Things have come a long way from the early 2000s. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people that once upon a time tried a single plug-in 10 years ago and said, that's not for me. It doesn't sound very good at all. And they just never looked back. Like they never thought it would ever like kind of evolve from where they had, like, I heard the Line 6 Pod 2.0 and it just wasn't for me. So I don't think come on. I've seen that defense. I'm not really into that modeling stuff. And again, nobody's saying switch to a digital rig for playing live. I'm saying keep your eyes open and look at maybe the benefits of using something like a digital rig for creative reasons. And in this case, I mean, if you have a DAW and you get some free drum software, even if you're looking to keep kind of low cost, low impact, go with Naughty Seal Audio's Perfect Drums. That is not very expensive, and they'll go a long way. And a lot of different sounds, easy to use. You'll be able to map out ideas, play some guitar along to it. Boom, you've got a little demo to show your band, especially when you're unable to work. Especially, maybe you're on tour, for example, and you're in the hotel rooms all the time. You can't work on anything. Well, guess what? Now you have this little rig. Now you have this little creative rig where you can work on things. So... Nice. It's metalish, yes, but no. It does? Rhino does work for you? Nice. All right, Pedro, that's fucking awesome that it's working for you. Oof. I've just had too much caffeine today and it hit me all at once. Just in need of water now. I've been drinking water off and on today. Like, it hasn't been a big deal, but it just got struck with that. Oh, gosh, need some water. I'm just kind of looking through the comments, guys. They're very small. I gotta get it set up. I don't know. Her and I, we've sat here and we're like, how would we do a second monitor like anywhere? I don't even know what I would do. There's really nowhere to put it unless it's just nowhere. There's nowhere to put a second monitor in our environment. So it's gonna have to be the phone. However, that being said, I did finally, triumphantly, I finally got I got a new mic arm that doesn't have the springs and all the different things to knock into and sound like create thunder in your environment. Cause like, let's be honest, every time I hit it, it sounds like it's just terrible. So it's different angles. It allows some different angles. I'm excited about it. So it's a decent, I've got a decent mic here. The Rode NT1A is actually, I went looking and it's like, apparently it's quite a good mic for podcasting as well. It is for recording vocals, and it's not very expensive, but it does the job. Does the job indeed. So again, I'm using my Ibanez Iceman and pickups. We've gone over that as well, and we're using the Aurora DSP Laboga chainsaw distortion. Now, there's a few different things you can do here. You can crank the volume up if you really want, but if you crank the volume up, you kind of use your output at like your attenuator. So I'm gonna bring this way back. Make it more angry. Not bad. Crank this off. There it is. For Doom, I like to have some mids in there. You got to have that honk to things. Now I can crank the gain up and really make things distort, like, chainsaw-ish. All right, so you guys get the idea of where we're at here. As you guys are hearing, there's a lot of different tones that can be done with this plugin. Tons of different tones. Just by moving some things around, increasing some things, moving some stuff, you guys can create a ton of different tones inside one great little box. And boy, out here today, we are having a good time. And it's been a good time. April 20th stream, 420 edition. Try not to feel it too hard. Eddie, you'll know where that quote comes from. Sitting here trying not to feel it too hard. Even though, like, can't say I'm not trying to feel it too hard when I've also kind of leaned into it a little bit today. Obvious reasons. So what is the chainsaw distortion? Is it just another HM2? No, definitely not. Not an HM2. This thing is a different animal altogether. This thing is it's just a different animal altogether. It's meant to give you little bits and pieces of both. Okay, so it's meant to be that kind of that. Yes, it does the HM2 stuff, but no, it doesn't directly copy it. You can blend it in and out, and it kind of becomes your own little thing. Yeah, we're gonna switch it up a little bit here. Hold up, guys. Wrong pipe. Need to call. Wrong pipe. That shit gets dramatic real quick. The tiniest little drop of water. Like, man, what a design flaw. Like, whoever it is that designed us out there, be it like magical spirits or aliens or something or whatever, however we evolved, there's one major design flaw I see with this area right here. So, you know, okay, so basically that's like that little area in the Death Star. There's like to fly down this trench. It's going to be really easy. It's unguarded. It's right there. There just happens to be this area. We put things in this area here. There's this little spot it can't go into, otherwise it's fucking certain fucking death. Even the smallest drop of water and our whole bodies just go, oh God, this is terrible. It's one small little spot. You couldn't figure that out. Like, you couldn't design something better. Nothing that you couldn't do anything else about that. It could not like make it completely separate little areas there. Probably could have gone a long way. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not complaining, but you know, here we are. We've got absolutely no comments. Nice. We are coming up to about the last 10 minutes of our stream here, guys. Then we are going to move along with our evening. I will let you guys move along with yours. Man, I'm so glad we did this, though. This has been a great time. We've gone over just a couple plugins today. It was easy going. This was nothing but Aurora DSP, Laboga Chainsaw Distortion, and Aurora DSP Rhino. And me trying to hold it together through this stream. It's been a bit like Andy Murph said earlier. It's been hazy day today. Hazy day indeed. Yeah. Again, I did it. I've done it again. Oh my God. Welcome back, Caleb. We're not going to be here too much longer, but another 10 minutes. Then we are going to start preparing our evening, our dinner, and we're going to watch some baseball maybe. It's going to be fun. Probably going to be a nice, chillaxed, relaxed evening. over here, and I hope you guys are doing the same. I hope you guys, truthfully, hope you guys are all having a wonderful evening and have a wonderful day, depending on what part of the world, or that you've had a wonderful day, depending. I mean, Pedro, I know that's probably almost, or it's probably well past bedtime over there for you. And thanks for staying up and being up and hanging out with us. It's been fun. And man, tomorrow, we're going to get into something tomorrow here. I'm not sure exactly what just yet. I have to wait to hear from Lucas, as Lucas is a pretty busy dude. He's pretty busy. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to jinx anything either. He may have some big news coming up as well. I hope he has some big news to share with us. He might not have the big news. Either way, he is the second. He's one of the guys in command over there at Aurora DSP, and he is the mastermind behind the drive-through suite and the drive-through series that you guys are going to be seeing coming around. It's going to be pretty sweet. It's going to be pretty awesome. I'm excited. It's based on his drive pedal and preamp pedal collection. Man, it's been great though. It's been fun. I'm glad that to have a small group here. I know it was kind of last minute, but I kind of alluded to it being a last minute decision yesterday. And I wanted to kind of I didn't want to put myself in a situation where like things weren't gonna make sense, and I wasn't sure. So last minute today, thanks. I didn't put a lot behind it, but thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate each and every one of you. Definitely. Yeah. In any event, guys, as mentioned, this thing absolutely crushes it. There's not much to it, as you guys can see. There's a little boost that kind of makes it a little extra chainsaw-like. Without the boost, it's a little bit less chainsaw-like, as you guys can hear. Still pretty doomy though. Less doomy, admittedly. You can probably make that, as mentioned, we can fix that a bit more with a bit more gain here. Again, I did it. Fuck yeah. I'm sorry that we're not going to be here too much longer, Bo. I apologize. You're just cracking that beer now. We're only going to be here for another 6 minutes. I do apologize for that. Dang. Guys, man, what else were we going to go over today? Well, I was going to go over the L12X and just smash some fuzz pedals from NAMM. Just taking NAMM and throwing it in front of your favorite amp modeler or your favorite amp sim. Putting NAMM out front of it is pretty rad. It's a good idea. I would say it's a good idea. Try it out, because these pedals can hit like I gotta say, the L12X specifically. Every single pedal I tried through it just seems to work, and you might have to just kind of do a little tinkering on the amp itself, but man, they all work. The tube screamers, they all work. All the fuzz pedals, they work. Distortion pedals, they work. Man, it sounds really good using pedals from NAMM out in front of your favorite amp sim, so make sure you give it a try. I highly suggest it. It's invigorating. There's a lot of pedal profiles / captures out there that just don't exist yet in the amp sim world. So there's stuff that you're going to be able to try that maybe you've never tried before. So and it's maybe stuff that's some of that bucket list gear that might be out there for you. And I can definitely say there's a lot of stuff out there in NAM land that doesn't exist yet in a plugin form. So you'll have a lot of fun doing stuff like that. Anything that's got a plugin though that's really, really good, like really modeled really, really well. Any pedal that's got a plugin, I suggest that you really enjoy. I suggest buying said plugin for sure. One or two of them, just to make sure that it's fully represented and you have everything taken care of, and you want to make sure that you have all that. I've never been able to avoid a pedal plugin based on a pedal I really, really, really liked. I just, every time I see it and I don't own it yet, I'm just like, you just know it's going to happen. So you put it on a list, you wait for it to go on sale, and pow, it's done. It's done. That's good, man. That's good. I'm glad you're having some sweet ass family time. I'm glad you cracked a beer today. That's wicked as well. And I'm glad you're having some good. Everybody seems to be having a good day today. That's great. Everybody in here seems to be having a good time, and I'm happy to be here, guys. I will be getting on with our evening now, and I will be here tomorrow. Not exactly sure. Stay tuned. We're gonna be here sometime tomorrow doing the clean. Either the clean break that we were going to be doing earlier today. Either it's going to be the clean break, or it's going to be the chat with Lucas. So we're going to be setting that up and seeing where we can get with that. So guys, stay tuned for tomorrow. Check our Facebook, and just stay tuned for the notifications, and hopefully you guys will have some fun tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe not. Either way, going to be working on some pre-recorded stuff as well tomorrow, sparingly. Don't want to burn it out. Just want to, kind of trying to do a bunch at a time. My goal here is to make 10 and then drop them in a chunk, as opposed to just kind of doing one or two. It's like do 10 and drop them in a big chunk, and keep continuously drop them in chunks, and then have developers that we know hopefully share all of those videos, because it's tough to get developers to share these because they're often a mixed bag. And they're often 2 hours long. Developers don't necessarily want to share a 2 hour long stream, but they'll definitely share, a 10-minute walkthrough. So that's typically what these have been, anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes. The longest one so far has been like 19 minutes. So they're under 20 minutes is ideal. And you'll be seeing those pop up pretty soon. Okay. Cheers. Have a great rest of your evening. And I will see you guys here tomorrow, albeit in probably with a bit of a clearer head and a bit more mojo to kind of push forward, and hopefully we can have a good time. All right, see you guys then. Cheers. My challenge for you, as I just said earlier, is to make sure go and grab your favorite amp sim, and then go grab NAM and run some pedals through it, or just go grab the L12X from Audiority and throw as many pedals as you can download from Tone Hunt, and get them all. Get all those fucking pedals from Tone Hunt, and just have a great night. Have maybe have a little thing on the right, have a little thing on the left, little sip, profiles as you go. Test them all out. Have a good time. Kid in the candy store feel. As adults, it's a great feeling. Have a great night. Cheers. See you tomorrow.